Hey AI for BIZS listeners, welcome to the deep dive. So you wanted to know more about AI for business. Well, today we're diving into a topic that's super hot right now, AI for content creation.
Yeah, it's everywhere right now.
Exactly. Whether you're a small business owner or an entrepreneur or even just working a side hustle, this deep dive is going to give you a crash course in how AI can totally change your content game.
I think it really is changing the game.
Hmm.
Businesses are approaching their content strategies in a whole new way. We've got a bunch of articles here that really dig deep into these AI content creation tools, how they work, what the benefits are, and most importantly, how to actually use them.
Awesome. So let's break all that down for our listeners, especially all the entrepreneurs out there.
Definitely.
Okay, so first things first. It's kind of wild to think that, and the 2024 Foundation AI Marketing Report backs this up, 87% of marketers are already using AI for content creation.
Wow.
It's not just a buzzword anymore. It's becoming like essential.
Yeah, it's not going away. And for good reason. Think about all the content you need to create as a small business owner. Blog posts, social media updates, website copy, maybe even scripts for videos.
Right.
It can be a lot. And AI can really step in and help you generate all that content using machine learning and natural language processing. It basically acts as your super efficient content assistant.
So instead of pulling your hair out, staring at a blank page, you can just feed the AI some basic info, and it helps you get a first draft of a blog post or a
Yeah.
social media caption.
Exactly. Looks at your input, like the topic or keywords, and then it uses what it's learned from tons of data to generate content that actually fits your needs.
That's so cool.
It's all about being more efficient and being able to scale your content creation, which is super important when you're juggling a million things in your business.
Oh yeah, for sure. Time is money. Speaking of which, that 2024 report also mentioned some serious cost savings for businesses using AI. Do you remember what the number was?
Yeah, it was something crazy like $463 billion billion in potential annual savings. That's because AI can make marketers so much more productive by taking over some of those tedious, time-consuming tasks.
Wow.
For small business owners and entrepreneurs who don't have a ton of money to throw around, that's a big deal.
Huge. Okay, so we know it can save you time and money, but how can AI actually help someone like our listeners who are focused on building their businesses and their brands?
Well, I think one of the biggest things is ROI.
Return on investment.
Right. Content marketing takes time and effort, and you want to see those efforts paying off, right?
Of course.
AI can help you maximize that ROI by streamlining that whole process, from brainstorming ideas to optimizing your content for search engines.
Okay, so less time on the boring stuff and more time to focus on the big picture and coming up with those creative ideas that make your brand unique.
Exactly. AI can actually help you improve the quality of your content too. Yeah, you can use AI tools to make sure your writing is clear and concise and well-structured, even if you're not a natural-born writer. Some tools can also help you make sure your content is optimized for search engines, which means more people are going to actually find your website or blog.
Okay, that makes sense. And speaking of SEO, that report mentioned that AI can actually boost your search engine rankings. How does that work?
Okay, so imagine you're writing a blog post about, let's say, the best productivity tips for entrepreneurs. AI tools like Surfer SEO or SEMrush can actually analyze what's already ranking well for that topic on Google.
Okay.
They look at things like the keywords, the structure of the content, even the types of images.
Oh, wow.
So it's basically giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what Google likes.
Wow.
And then you can use that information to create content that's more likely to rank well. AI takes the guesswork out of SEO. It's like having a data-driven roadmap to get your content seen.
So it's all about using data to your advantage.
Right.
Now, I know we have a lot of listeners who are just starting to dip their toes into the world of AI for their business.
Right.
And it can feel kind of overwhelming. There are so many tools out there. What are some of the top AI tools that our listeners, especially those who are running small businesses, should check out?
Yeah, it can be tough to know where to start. Luckily, one of the articles we have actually breaks down a bunch of top AI tools by what they do, so you can find exactly what you need.
Okay, perfect. Let's start with text generation. What are some of the big players in this category?
One that comes to mind, especially for small businesses and entrepreneurs, is Content Shake AI.
Okay.
It's actually part of the SEMrush platform, so it's already connected to a bunch of SEO tools.
So you can generate the content and optimize it for SEO all in one place.
Exactly. It's super efficient. Content Shake AI is great for things like blog posts, social media updates, email marketing copy, even landing pages.
Awesome. So Content Shake AI is definitely one to check out. What are some other popular tools for text generation?
Well, you've got Jasper and ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT.
Everyone's talking about it these days.
It's like taking over the internet.
Yeah, Jasper is known for being really user-friendly. It's great for teams who are working on content together.
Like a virtual writing partner.
Exactly. It can help you brainstorm ideas, write different types of copy, even translate your content into multiple languages.
That's awesome. And ChatGPT. That's the one that feels like it can do pretty much anything.
ChatGPT is definitely making waves. It's basically a super powerful chatbot that uses AI to generate text that sounds like a real person wrote it. You can literally have a conversation with it and ask it to write stuff for you.
Oh,
It's still early days for ChatGPT, but it could totally revolutionize the way we create content.
it really could. All
Hmm.
right, so we've got Content Shake AI, Jasper, and ChatGPT for text generation. What about SEO optimization? What tools can help our listeners get their content seen by the right people?
Well, we've already talked about Surfer SEO and SEMrush, which are the giants in SEO. They're packed with features like keyword research, competitor analysis, and content optimization tools that can really help you improve your search rankings.
Okay, so those are the go-tos if you're serious about getting your content to the top of Google.
Exactly.
Now, let's talk about video creation, which is becoming super important for businesses these days. Are there AI tools that can help with that?
Absolutely. There are some amazing tools emerging. Synthesia and Descript are two great options.
Okay, I've heard of those.
With Synthesia, you can actually create videos using AI avatars.
AI avatars. So you mean you could have a video with a spokesperson, but without having to be on camera yourself?
Exactly. It's especially useful for things like explainer videos,
Yeah.
product demos, any content where you don't need to show your face.
That's cool. And what about Descript?
Descript is a really powerful video and audio editor that uses AI to make editing way faster and easier. You can actually edit your videos by editing the text transcript, which is pretty mind-blowing.
Whoa, that would be a lifesaver for anyone who spends a lot of time editing videos. Okay, so we've covered text, SEO, and video. What about images? Are there any AI tools that can help with that?
Of course. Canva, which is already a really popular design tool, has actually integrated AI into its platform.
I love Canva.
Me too. It's so easy to use. You can generate design ideas, remove backgrounds from photos, even create custom illustrations, all with the help of AI.
That's amazing. It makes design so much more accessible, even if you don't have a ton of experience.
Exactly. And then there's Magic Studio, which is specifically designed for AI image creation. You can generate images from text prompts, enhance the quality of your photos, even create variations of images.
So cool. We've talked about a lot of different types of content already, but I think there's one area that often gets overlooked, especially by small businesses, and that's audio and voice. Are there any AI tools that can help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. There are some incredible tools emerging. One is Murph.ai.
Yeah.
It's an AI voice generator that can create really realistic voiceovers. Yeah, in multiple languages and accents.
Wow. So you could have a professional voiceover for a video or a presentation, even if you don't have the budget to hire a voice actor.
Right. And if you're thinking about starting a podcast, Podcastle is an all-in-one platform that can help you record, edit, and even transcribe your episodes.
Oh, cool. So even if you're not super tech savvy, these tools can make it much easier to get started with audio content.
Definitely. And that's really the common thread with all of these AI tools.
Yeah.
They're meant to empower creators, to give you access to these tools and features that used to only be available to big companies or professionals.
I love that. So democratizing content creation.
Exactly.
It's amazing to see the variety of AI tools available. There's literally an AI solution for almost every aspect of content creation. But I think it's important to remember, AI is a tool.
It's not magic.
Right.
It can help us create content more efficiently, but it's still up to us humans to provide that creative spark, that strategic thinking, the human touch that makes content connect with people.
It's about finding the right balance.
Definitely.
So how do we strike that balance between efficiency and creativity? What are some best practices to keep in mind when using AI for content creation?
Well, first and foremost, you got to have a human in charge. Don't just blindly accept what the AI spits out. You always want to review it, edit it, add your own unique perspective.
Think of AI as a collaborator, not a replacement.
Exactly. It can get you started, but you're the one who shapes the content into something special.
I like that.
And remember your brand voice. AI can write in different styles, but you need to make sure that the content aligns with your brand and resonates with your audience.
It's like having a talented assistant, but you're still the director. You have to make sure everything fits the overall vision.
Exactly. One other thing, it's important to be transparent about using AI.
Oh, yeah.
Be upfront with your audience about using AI tools.
Transparency builds trust,
Yeah.
right? And avoids any weird questions about whether you're trying to pass off AI-generated content as your own.
Right. AI is powerful, but we have to use it responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've talked about the benefits of AI, some top tools, and some best practices. But for our listeners who are all about actionable advice, what's a simple checklist they can use to choose the right AI content creation tool for their needs?
Okay, great question. So here's a quick checklist.
Love it. Checklists are the best. Okay, first things first.
What type of content do you need to create?
Okay,
Is it mostly written content, videos, images, or audio?
so think about your goals and where you need the most help.
Exactly. Next, what features do you need?
Okay,
Does the tool have the specific capabilities you're looking for, like SEO optimization or voice cloning?
make sure it fits into your workflow.
Right. Then how easy is it to use? Can you figure out how to use the platform without spending hours on it?
Especially when you're already busy running a business. Time is precious.
It is. Then, of course, how's the quality?
Does the AI actually produce good content?
Right. You don't want to be stuck with something that sounds robotic or doesn't make sense.
Definitely.
Most tools offer free trials, so you can try before you buy.
Always a good idea.
And last but not least, think about your budget. AI tools range in price, so choose one that fits your needs and your wallet.
Do your research, compare prices, read reviews, and find the one that's the perfect fit for you.
It's an investment in your content.
Okay, so that's a super helpful checklist. I think we've covered a lot of ground already in this first part of our deep dive.
It feels like we've just scratched the surface.
I know, right?
Yeah,
But I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about, especially when it comes to choosing the right AI tools.
definitely.
All right, how about we take a quick break to gather our thoughts, and when we come back, we'll dive even deeper into how AI is transforming content creation and what it all means for the future of content marketing.
Sounds good to me. Welcome back to the deep dive. Before the break, we were talking about how AI is changing how businesses approach content creation and how it's impacting SEO.
Yeah, it's amazing how AI is becoming such a core part of content creation, especially for those behind-the-scenes things like SEO, which can feel kind of mysterious.
Totally. It's not just about creating content anymore. It's about making sure that content gets seen by the right people, and that's where SEO comes in. We were talking about tools like Surfer SEO and SEMrush, which are total game changers for anyone who's serious about getting those search rankings up.
They were like the SEO powerhouses of our tool lineup.
Exactly. And these tools are using AI in some really smart ways. For example, Content Shake AI, which is part of SEMrush, can actually analyze the top-ranking content for your keywords and tell you what's working.
It's like having a secret weapon that tells you what Google loves.
Right. And then you can use that information to create content that's even better. It takes the guesswork out of optimization. It gives you data-driven recommendations.
Okay, so like, for example.
For example, it might analyze the top articles for productivity tips for entrepreneurs and then suggest that you add more data points, include a comparison table, or even make a short video tutorial.
So you're not just copying, you're using AI to understand what's working and then making something even better.
Exactly. And it's not just about those technical SEO things like keywords and backlinks. It's about creating content that's actually helpful.
Right, we can't forget about the humans on the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
Even with all this talk about AI, it's about creating stuff that people actually want to read and watch and listen to.
Totally. And for our AI for BIZS listeners who are all about building their businesses, you got to think about how AI can help you create content that builds trust.
Makes sense because people buy from people they trust, right?
Right. And one way to build that trust is with high-quality content that shows your expertise and feels genuine. AI can be a huge help there.
Okay, so we talked about how AI can help with SEO, but the online world is always changing. What are some of the SEO trends our listeners should be aware of as we head into 2025?
Well, Google's always changing its algorithms, so you got to keep up. One of the biggest trends is what Google calls EEAT.
EEA.
Yeah.
What is that?
It stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. Basically, Google wants content that shows those qualities.
So it's not just about cramming keywords in anymore. It's about showing you know what you're talking about.
Exactly. And this is where humans are still so important. AI can help with the technical stuff, but it can't replace real-world experience and the insights you get from working in your field.
So it's all about finding that balance between AI and human smarts.
Exactly. It's like AI can build the foundation, but it needs humans to bring it to life. Like, think about it. You could use AI to research all the questions people have about starting a business, but then you, as the entrepreneur, you can add in your own stories and advice.
And that's what makes it relatable. It's not just information, it's a human connection.
Exactly. And that's something AI just can't fake.
So for our listeners, how can they make sure their content is both SEO friendly and hits those EEAT points?
I think one of the best strategies is to mix AI-generated content with your own expertise. You can use AI to help you brainstorm, do research, or even create outlines, but then bring in your own experiences and insights to make it special.
It's like building a house. AI can help you lay the foundation, but you get to choose the style and the colors and all the things that make it a home.
Love that. Another trend we're seeing is the rise of multimedia. Video, audio, and interactive elements are becoming super important for SEO.
So it's not just about text anymore. It's about making a more engaging experience.
Right. And there are some great AI tools that can help you do that. Like we talked about Synthesia for creating videos, Descript for editing, Murph.ai for voiceovers, and Podcastle for podcasts.
It's like AI is giving us a whole toolkit to create awesome content that's not just informative, but also fun.
And that's the kind of content that people share and talk about, and that builds a stronger brand.
And speaking of building a brand, social media is a huge part of that.
It is. And when people share and engage with your content on social media, that can actually help your SEO too.
It's all connected.
It is. And there are a lot of AI tools that can help you with social media, like Buffer and Hootsuite. They have AI features that help you schedule posts, analyze trends, and even come up with ideas.
So it's like having a whole team of virtual assistants helping you create and promote your content.
Exactly. AI is making a huge difference for small business owners and entrepreneurs who are already so busy. But I think it's important to remember AI is a tool, right? And like any tool, it can be used in different ways.
That's true. We have to be mindful of the potential downsides of AI as well.
Definitely. One of the things we need to be thinking about is how to use AI ethically, especially as it gets more and more powerful.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what are some of those ethical things we need to consider?
Well, one of the big ones is transparency. Like we talked about before, you got to be honest with your audience about using AI.
So don't pretend that something the AI wrote is your own work.
Exactly. Be upfront about it. Transparency builds trust. You don't want people to think you're being sneaky or deceptive.
Right. Authenticity is so important.
It is. Another thing is making sure that the content you create with AI fits with your own values.
So don't use it to create something you wouldn't be proud of.
Right. It's about using AI to do good, not just to churn out content. And we need to keep having these conversations about ethics as AI gets even more advanced.
I agree. AI is powerful and we need to use it wisely.
Well said. I think that's a good place to pause for a moment.
Agreed. When we come back, we'll move beyond text and talk about how AI is changing things like video, audio, and even interactive experiences.
We'll be right back with even more insights to help you get the most out of AI for your business.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've talked about a ton of AI tools, especially for all our AI4BIZS listeners out there.
Right. From writing tools to SEO, we've covered a lot.
We have. But now I want to shift gears a bit and talk about how AI is changing content creation beyond just the written word.
Yeah, it's not just about writing blog posts anymore.
Exactly.
AI is opening up all these new possibilities with multimedia and interactive experiences. I mean, think about it. AI can help you make videos, podcasts, even immersive experiences that would have been impossible a few years ago.
It's like AI is giving us superpowers or something. So can you give us some concrete examples of how AI is being used to create those more engaging types of content?
Well, one area is interactive content.
Okay.
Things like quizzes, polls, surveys, those interactive infographics, even personalized product recommendations.
Yeah.
AI can help you create those.
That sounds amazing. Interactive content is so much more engaging than just reading an article or watching a video.
Exactly. It's like you're having a conversation with your audience. And it's super effective at grabbing attention, boosting engagement, and even learning more about your audience.
That's so cool.
Platforms like Canva, remember we talked about that one?
Yeah.
They're adding all these AI features to make it easier to create those interactive elements, like animations, transitions, even simple games.
Canva keeps getting better and better. Okay, so we can use AI to make our content interactive. What about video? We talked about AI avatars earlier, but are there other ways AI is changing video?
Oh yeah, video editing is being totally transformed by AI.
How so?
Tools like Descript can transcribe your videos, find those important moments, and even suggest edits based on what you want. It's like having an AI editor working with you.
It's like having an AI assistant that understands the story you're trying to tell. That would save so much time. Okay, then
Yeah.
there's AI-powered video generation, right?
Yeah.
That takes things to a whole other level.
Yeah. We mentioned Synthesia for creating videos with AI avatars, but AI can even be used to create entire videos from scratch.
Wow, that's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it?
Okay.
Let's talk about audio. We mentioned Murph.ai for voiceovers and Podcastle for podcasting. How else is AI being used in the audio space?
One of the coolest developments is AI voice cloning. Imagine making a podcast and using the voice of a celebrity or someone from history.
That's wild.
Even cloning your own voice so you can create content in different languages.
That would be a game changer.
Hmm.
But it also brings up some interesting questions, like who owns the rights to a voice that's created by AI? And what happens to authenticity when we can create content that sounds exactly like anyone?
Those are great questions. AI is getting really powerful, so we got to be super careful about how we use it and make sure we're being ethical.
Absolutely. So looking ahead, what's next for AI in content creation?
Well, I think we're going to see even more personalization with AI creating content that's tailored to each person's interests. Like, imagine getting recommendations that are so on point, it feels like AI knows you better than you know yourself.
That's a little scary, but also kind of cool.
Right. Another thing is immersive experiences. AI is going to be huge for virtual reality and augmented reality.
Yeah, it's like stepping inside a story or a game.
Exactly. AI is making all that possible.
I know a lot of our listeners are probably thinking, is AI going to replace human content creators? What do you think?
AI is definitely getting good at a lot of tasks, but I honestly think it'll end up helping human creativity, not replacing it.
It's all about finding that sweet spot.
Right. AI can handle the technical stuff, but humans bring the emotions, the creativity, the authenticity. AI can be the tool, but we're still the artists, you know?
I love that. AI can help us create, but it's humans who make the connections.
Yeah.
So any last words of wisdom for our AI for BIZS listeners?
Don't be afraid to experiment. Explore the different AI tools, try them out, and see what works for you and your business.
Yeah, get out there and play around.
Exactly. But keep in mind, AI is just a tool.
Right.
It's your creativity and your expertise that'll make your content truly stand out.
So be creative, be you, and have fun with it. That's all the time we have for this deep dive into the world of AI for content creation.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you got some great ideas for how to use AI in your own business.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the latest trends in the world of AI. Until then, keep creating and keep innovating.